Hello, hello. I hope my sound is on. Last week I had some technical issues with my sound, and so I hope that's not happening this week. Um, Thank you for joining this live. I'm just going to see if I can check my sound on this end. All right, so today we're going to talk about something that is really real, that really happens. And I know a lot of you feel it, but you may not always say it, and that is fear. Specifically, the kind that keeps you from launching your dream business or growing the one that you already have started. The cycle where you want to move forward in your business, but fear hits, and suddenly you're back in your head, second guessing everything. That's what I call the fear loop. And today we're going to unpack what that is, why it shows up, and how you can break it so that you can move forward without waiting to feel 100% ready. If you're stuck between your full time job and your dream of owning your own practice, or if you've already started but you feel frozen, this is for you. So, we're going to talk about what is the fear loop. The fear loop is that cycle where you feel called to do something bigger. You want to start a clinic, you want to go full time in your own practice, you want to step into leadership. You get excited, you start researching business names, locations, services, what you want to offer. And then fear creeps in, slams on the brakes. And instead of acting on it, your mind is spinning, right? What if I fail? What if I'm not ready? What if nobody comes? What if I don't know what to say or I don't have anything to say? Because that's what happens is our brains give more weight to what can go wrong as a survival mechanism, even when the threat is imagined. It's in our own heads. Because fear is a stop sign. It's not a stop sign, it's a reaction to uncertainty. So don't think of it as I'm afraid I have to stop. It just is your reaction, your normal reaction to uncertainty. It makes you uncomfortable. Does that sound familiar? Right. So because the fear loop is not about a lack of skills. It's not that you're not smart enough, you're not qualified, or you're incapable. It's just that your brain is trying to protect you from that discomfort. If anybody has ever read Jen Sincero, You Are a Badass book, check it out because she said in there that you're going to have to push through fears, failures, risk, and put yourself out there and make a habit of doing things you're not so comfortable doing, right? I say you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable because if you're stuck in the fear loop, it's not because you're weak, it's because you're growing. And nurse practitioners are used to structure. We're used to safety, doing things the right way because we do not want any dings, pinches, marks on our license. We have worked way too hard. So when it comes to starting a business, there's no preceptor, there's no protocol, there's no clear timeline. And that uncertainty, that's what triggers that fear. But let me tell you the truth. Like you already are making life-changing decisions under pressure. You manage risk every day. You already educate, influence, and lead. So if you can navigate complex patients, you can chart all times of the day and hour, you can make these decisions, critically thinking on the fly, you can lead a business. But first, you have to lead yourself. And that starts by making that mindset shift and breaking that fear loop. Now, just because you can do this does not always mean you should, because there are some nurse practitioners. So if you are a nurse practitioner who's happy in your current position, you don't want anything different, you're 100% sure, although you really can't be 100% sure, but you're never going to leave your place of employment. This is not for you. This is for you if you are the MP who knows that job security is not always secure, that you've been doing all the things they ask, staying late, seeing more patients, and you only get meets on your performance evaluation, knowing that you should get more, or you know that you can provide something different if you had more control. This is for you because you get to choose courage, even if fear is still sitting in the corner, looking at you, waiting for you to mess up. But the one thing that I live is whether it works out or not, I've proven that I can pivot. So I don't fear the outcome. I trust my comeback. And if you don't know me, if we haven't met already, I am April Odom. I am a doctorally prepared nurse practitioner. I'm your nurse practitioner blueprint to business coach. And I help nurse practitioners launch and grow purpose driven practices without losing their minds, their missions, or their momentum. So here are the three ways we're going to start breaking the fear loop. The first is to call it out, right? We have to name the fear before it claims your future. Because when fear stays vague, it has power. But when you say it out loud, you take back control. This is why you need someone to say it to who will help you claim it, but then help you overcome it as well. The second thing is to flip the script. So instead of that, what if I fail? Change your thought to, what if this changes everything? What if the right people are waiting exactly for what only I can offer? Because fear declines when you expand your perspective. You start thinking outside the box and you're not afraid to move a little bit forward. And the third one is to move anyway, right? Because you don't need to wait until you're fearless. You need to be willing to do the thing. Take one step at a time, buy the domain, book the strategy call, tell somebody what you're building, what you're planning to build, because each small move is going to build confidence and each step is going to help you break a piece of that fear loop. I'm going to share a quick story with you. So, when I was getting ready to make some changes in my business, I was terrified to start credentialing with insurance panels because I was like, I don't want to take insurances. No, I told myself all the things we say. The red tape's too much. I don't want to deal with the hassle. I'm just going to stay cash based because it's going to be simpler. It's going to be easier. But here's the thing, I pushed through that fear, made the decision, and I got credentialed right before COVID hit, which probably was one of the best things I did. So looking back, I'm like, oh my God, it was like perfect timing because that helped me to stay open. I was able to pivot my business, to keep serving patients, and honestly, to scale in ways that I didn't even imagine initially. Was it challenging? Absolutely. Is it challenging? Every single day. But it also helped me to grow, to reach more patients, and to serve my community in my way. So fear tried to talk me out of it, right? But my head, my alignment, my goals, my passion for what I wanted helped me to get through that. So if any of this has resonated with you, I want to one recommend you give me a question, send me a comment in the chat. But I'm going to invite you to a safe space that we can take this work a little bit deeper. I have created a group inside of a private group that's called the Nurse Practitioner Circle or the NP Circle. And next week we're starting a 5-day challenge that is going to help move us from provider to powerhouse. And it's going to only be inside of this group. The QR codes on the top of the screen. So if you want to scan that, you can, or you can message me and I'll send it to you. But every day, I'm going to guide you through mindset shifts and small actions to help you claim your CEO identity, quiet that fear, and start moving with purpose. We're going to kick off on Monday, June the 9th. It's completely free, but it's only inside this group. QR code is there. DM me, I'll send it to you if you can't scan the QR code. But this challenge is where the shift begins because we are going to conquer fear together. It's free, it's powerful, and it's only for nurse practitioners who are ready to move. So join us in the Nurse Practitioner Circle. It's only going to run next week for 5 days. And it could be just the nudge that you need to finally bet on yourself, get that fear out of your head, let it look at you from the corner, but you're going to just continue to do what you do. So join me there if you are interested in that and if you're ready to move forward. If you've been spinning in fear, second guessing your next step, you want to feel like you're ready, but you're not sure that you are. You feel like you're not. You don't have to be 100% confident to act. So remember that you did not go through all this training and education and experience and life lessons to stay stuck. You are already built to lead, and now you get to just start showing up that way today. Um, that's how businesses grow. That's how businesses start, grow, and that's how leaders rise. So again, thank you for joining me. Drop a comment if you're ready to start moving. I can send you the link to join me in the 5-day challenge next week inside the Nurse Practitioner Circles. And if you have any questions or comments, you can post them in the chat. I'll respond to those as well. Thank you for joining. I will see you all next week.